Guys, this third part of this video. So this was what was wrapped underneath the pole, hot, ground neutral, and as it was pinching, that pole lit up at 120. I took my shoe off, my sock off, licked my finger, touched the pole, bam, and then I did a meter's 118 volts. Let me go over here, just keep the video running. I'll show you how I know there's two problems. This is interesting enough, wasn't enough to have enough resistance to blow the circuit because it was just premature. So I was getting a little spark, but nothing like this over here. So somehow I've lost two pole lights. That's my third. I think it's supposed to tee over there somewhere and come here. But we searched this ground for an hour and we can't find any other manhole. But I know power comes out of that building and goes to this J-box, which hits this pole that's on. And then I know it branches out 4 times because all the other poles going south, east, north, and west are lit up. The one that I'm trying to hit, which is northwest, won't light up. And I actually can tell that they've had issues in the past because all this is cut off. And the jackets show a white UF cable. So anyways, I'll light this up. So you can see that spark. That's fine. That tells me my 2 poles over there are turning on. The minute I take this ground, scared you in the camera. So yeah, that's how I know I got a really bad ground somewhere. And that's actually a 10-3 UF, and over there it's a 12. So I know I have 2 different sizes mixing, and that's common to take the higher gauge wire out for the distance so you don't have a voltage drop, and then at the legs of it you'll hit the 12 gauge up the pole. None of this is conduit, all of it's direct buried, about 10 to 12 inches, over there 18. I don't know if we're going to be able to help these guys out, and I know they've already paid some money trying to get it diagnosed, and now we got this issue going on here. It may have to end up that they retrench. And if they want new pole lights, the problem is that with the city that we're in, they've got light pollution rules, they've got energy rules, builder code rules from 50 years ago does not allow us to just cement in a hole. I have to do a pylon coming out with some rebar, put in some bolts, and then you just set your poles and you bolt them down. So I mean, there's a lot more that goes into play, especially with LED and the cost of these poles, and then to retrench this whole thing and get locates. All the sprinklers that are going to be trashed in order to do that. I wish it was as easy as retrofitting these heads out, but the height on these is only anywhere from 9 to 12 feet. So we're not going to get a lot of light out of it. And these heads right now are just really poor quality. You can see that right now. It's hitting dusk. So anyways, yeah, we got an issue from here over to my van. My thought is maybe they have a manhole somewhere they're buried. Or worse, they have a splice underground in the dirt that's finally loosened up from settlement of roots pushing past and water and just settling. Who knows, you know, fracking in Colorado, if that causes settling, I don't know. But I do know that things shift, and as they shift, things move apart. That's why all their splices are supposed to be in a manhole like that. That one, when I found it 3 months ago, was grassed over, but I luckily found it, and I stepped on it, and it sounded hollow, and I felt something hard. You know, we could have had a splice box in these rocks, and they put in new rocks and put up this this running board here with railroad tie. So if it goes out there and it hits where the bikes are, I know this, that you've got a leg that goes up a pole, and up a pole, but none of them daisy chain in and out. So that tells me that I have another splice box somewhere or in the ground where I've got 1 coming in and 3 going out, and that'll be 3 number 12s and 1 10 gauge. If I find it, I'll let you know, but at this point, I think we got to stake it, put some EMT, put some caution tape around those holes, and take off and call management. There's not much more we can do.